Meanwhile, President-elect Trump's pick to head the nation's top health agency is pledging to make America healthy again. RFK Jr. is targeting big food and big pharma, and he says he's ready for a big pushback.
Fox Business correspondent Kelly Saberi joins us from a grocery store in Oak Park, Illinois, with the latest.
As head of Health and Human Services, Kennedy will oversee the Food and Drug Administration, which regulates about 78% of our nation's food supply. The rest, which includes meat, eggs, and poultry, is regulated by the Department of Agriculture, and that's going to be important in just a moment. I caught up with Marian Nessel, who was a senior advisor in the Department of Health and Human Services from '86 to '88, and she says she's excited about this shift to bipartisan support for healthy food. What was once just an issue on the left is now an issue for everyone's children. Now, she talks about how this is going to be a courageous undertaking because Kennedy will have to go up against big pharma, big ag, and the big food industries to make these changes in our country. And she gave me an example of how this works. Take a listen.
I was told on my first day on the job that that report would never say anything about eating less meat, because if it did, the Department of Agriculture, under pressure from the meat industry, would prevent the report from coming out. So the idea that the food industry influences American food policy is an absolute given.
Kennedy has mentioned Fruit Loops in his concerns, so we reached out to Kellogg's, the maker of many of our favorite cereals, about RFK Jr.'s nomination to this position. The company responded, saying, quote, "We have always worked effectively with policymakers across the political spectrum, and that will continue to be the case." In 1990, the FDA banned red dye number 3 in cosmetics after testing on animals linked it to cancer. 34 years after vowing to extend that ban to food, nothing has changed. In Oak Park, Illinois, Kelly Saberi, Fox Business.